What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the Madden Rebuild channel. And today we got to do it, man. After last night's debacle for the New Orleans Saints, where they were technically still alive in their own division, they lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in like the last second of the game. So today we're going to be doing a New Orleans Saints realistic rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, greatly appreciated. The biggest issue with the New Orleans Saints is, of course, they kind of went all in on the idea this team was going to be very competitive this year, and they just haven't been. Their first round pick goes to the Philadelphia Eagles based off a draft night trade that they made. It's just kind of a disaster right now a little bit. It's not like the end of the world, but it just definitely doesn't look good right now for the New Orleans Saints. So what we're going to do is rebuild this team as much as possible. Right now we are negative $10 million in cap space, so we're not going to be able to re-sign anyone right now. But yeah, if you look at the team, obviously the franchise quarterback is not on the roster. They haven't even gone back to Jameis Winston. It's still been Andy Dalton. The Saints played good enough to win last night. They just, like I said, Tom Brady just kind of happened, and then Taysom Hill dropping that catch from Andy Dalton to to end the game just really hurt them. So just an unfortunate loss last night, but we are going to get into the offseason and start to make some moves and really retool this Saints roster. We might even go full rebuild mode. We'll see. Let's get into the offseason and figure out what to do from there. So going into the offseason, we only have $8.48 million in cap space, which obviously just isn't good enough. That's not going to get us anything. We're not going to be able to resign Davenport, but this is what your lineup is looking like. So Michael Thomas never can stay healthy, it seems. So I don't know what the Saints plan on doing with him going forward. But on the defensive side of the ball, Marcus May, Demario Davis, Matthew Lattimore, Paulson Adibo, or however you say his name, Adibo, I think is how you say it, my bad. But yeah, so we have a lot to do, man. There's just a lot to get to, and there's some trades we can make. There's just all kinds of avenues we could take here. So let's start off with looking at team salaries. Let's see who's making all the money on this roster, see if there's anybody worth cutting away. So Cameron Jordan has 1 year left of his contract. You could save about $15 million if you cut him away. So I would do that, but he is a lifelong Saint, so we'll see. Demario Davis at 34 years old. Kind of a similar situation. Alvin Kamara, Eric McCoy. So there's nobody making like a ton of money if you really just look at it. Just a lot of guys in this roster making some money, to go around. So the first move I kind of want to make is we got to figure out what we're going to do with Michael Thomas. We really do. Whether we're cutting him or just trading him away. He can't stay healthy. Trade him for the low. Just get something for him, a 4th round pick, whatever it may be, or you release him or something, because the man just cannot stay healthy. Kind of same thing with Demario Davis. Being 34 years old, I would take advantage of his play right now and just trade him away. Kamara is a interesting one where you could trade him away. I did do a trading Alvin Kamara Saints rebuild, so today I don't think I'm going to trade him. I think I'm going to keep him around actually today. So we're going to keep him around, but I think Michael Thomas, Demario Davis, maybe even Cameron Jordan, we might have to go a different direction with these 3 guys. You see all this? This could be you. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get more out of the game you're watching. You're picking overs or unders on your favorite players that you love watching each and every Sunday. Let me show you how it works. Prize Picks is available on mobile or desktop, and they pretty much have every sport you can absolutely imagine. NFL, NBA, soccer, CSGO. But since we're an NFL channel, we're going to go ahead and talk about the NFL for a second. So let's say I want to go Derek Carr and Patrick Mahomes over on both of them. 2 players gets me up to 3 times my money. But if I wanted to go even crazier, let's say I want to do 5 players, throw 5 players in here. You can go up to 5 players, which that's going to 10 times your money if you get all correct, which you can go flex play. Even if you get 4 right, you still get a little bit of money in return. Now, I will tell you, I have started with $100 in here, and I'm up to $500. Prize Picks has been so much fun for me this year. If you want to go ahead and sign up, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables. They're matching your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 to work with. Thank you, Prize Picks, for sponsoring today's video. I'm sending Michael Thomas over to the New England Patriots for 2 4th rounders. I don't even know what Michael Thomas trade value would be. I don't think it'd be very high just because, like I said, the man can't stay on the field. He's literally missed so much football. It's not even funny. So I really don't think you can get much for him. So I'm just simply trading him away for 2 4s from the Patriots and feeling pretty good about it. Then I'm also sending the 34-year-old Demario Davis over to the Vikings for a 4th and a 5th, getting some draft capital out of him while he's 34 years old at the peak of his value. And now that those 2 moves have been made, this is what the state of the team is currently looking like. Obviously, Chris Olave, absolute stud. Kamara's still here. Jameis Winston will be our quarterback this year. We'll probably have to look into maybe drafting one as well if we can. He's been pretty good for the Saints. He's actually had some good moments. You have Deontay Hardy and Traquan Smith. So those are 4 wide receivers that are fine. Taysom Hill and Adam Troutman are your tight ends. Juwan Johnson also was there once upon a time. But your safeties, your corners aren't bad. It's definitely not terrible. You have Cameron Jordan for now. I don't think I'm going to be trading him. You have Pete Werner. There's just a lot of things we need on this defense. There really is. But I'm glad we were able to get some draft picks. You're going to be using those fourth round picks to try to capitalize as much as possible. We have a little bit of money, not a ton here. So the only thing I really want to do here in free agency, I think, is bring back Davenport. I think there's really nothing else I want to do. So if I could just bring back Davenport, I'm just going to just go with that, and that's it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything in free agency. So we're just going to go for Davenport. As far as quarterbacks are concerned, like maybe a Baker Mayfield would be out here or something like that, but I don't even think it's worth it. Jimmy G, if you wanted to go for him, maybe this 49ers aren't going to resign him anymore because he got hurt. If we just get Davenport back to have him opposite of Cameron Jordan, I'll feel pretty good about that. So Cameron Jordan, Davenport are still here. I don't know how good we'll be next year. Obviously, there's just a lot to do here, but we got some draft capital. Offense, actually, I can roll with. It's not bad. It definitely isn't very good. I definitely could use another wide receiver, but the tight ends position you could work with. Chris Olave, like I said, absolutely a stud. Shaheed, you could develop into something. The secondary is not bad either. Maybe some D tackles would be important and some linebackers. So I think this team still could turn into something. We just need to hit on every pick in the draft, which is easier said than done, obviously. So going into this draft, we don't have a first round pick. We kind of knew that. We have a second, a third, and we have 3 or 4 fourths. So we're going to have to definitely, and then 3 fifths. We're definitely going to have to take advantage of these picks. I want to see if I can maybe move maybe these 2 for a third round pick. Try to get like another extra pick, maybe in the 3rd round. Maybe Chicago's willing to offer me a 3rd round pick for these 2 fourths. They're not there. Maybe I can throw in one of my 5ths in this draft as well. I don't know if that would get it done, but let me try to move up to a 3rd somewhere. The Bears say no. I'm not going to give up till I get another 3rd. The Bengals may say yes to this. We'll see. And they do. So we get an extra 3rd. I will take it. And now we can head into this draft and try to hit on every pick possible. So now we jump in and see where we can hit on in the draft. So the Texans going to pick number 1. Who knows who they'll take? Will Anderson, maybe. Who knows? Round 2, pick 16. So this is where we start. Bijan Robinson goes off the board. Obviously, I have Kamara, so that wouldn't have been my pick anyway. You have Gibbs. You have A.T. Perry. So we could have a wide receiver opposite of Chris Olave right now, which that makes a ton of sense. You got Will McDonald. D tackles got Derek Hall, Garrett Williams, Davion Witherspoon. I think I am going to go ahead and take A.T. Perry here in round 2. I think we need another wide receiver opposite of Chris Olave desperately. And I really like the addition of A.T. Perry. So I'm going to bring him in. It's not my biggest need, but it kind of is at the same time. So A.T. Perry, welcome to New Orleans Saints. I think him and Chris Olave is going to be a really nice duo for Jameis Winston this year. And in round 3, we're going to have to really hit on these 3rd round picks to try to get some good linebackers, some good D tackles, because that's where we're really lacking. So Jaquil Roy probably going to have to be a pick here. Noah Daniels. I just want to take a real quick look at what else is available. Justin Flo, I probably should be taking a middle linebacker here because we just traded Demario Davis away. So I'm going to go ahead and take Justin Flo to start things off. That's going to be a hidden development, middle linebacker. Happy with that. We definitely needed that. And we have Pete Werner as well. And then if we can get also Jaquil Roy here, that'd be kind of nice. But I don't know if he'll still be here. Let's see. He is not. He is off the board. Zay Flowers, Cornelius Johnson, Noah Daniels. Do we have any D tackles left available? Zach Pickens, probably going to have to be a pick here. We definitely need D tackles, like I said. And Zach Pickens, maybe you can get him to develop into a star development because he's going to have plenty of snaps to play. And then now we have to hit on these 4th rounders, which is easier said than done. But back-to-back 4th rounders, Nick Hampton goes off the board. And now we got to see what is available for us. Noah Daniels, Zion Nelson. A lot of good offensive linemen. If I need an offensive lineman, they'd be available. But I am going back-to-back D tackles. Tyler Davis is always going to be the next guy I take, which isn't great. But like I said, man, we have nobody there right now. And then this is going to be our last pick we make here. So definitely a little bit of a retool that may not lead to anything, but it's just kind of where we're at as a franchise right now. So it's just what we're doing. I could take back-to-back D tackles, but I might take Rashad Torrance here. Just get, maybe another safety just in case we don't keep May or Tyrann Mathieu. So Rashad Torrance, welcome to the Saints. And that will be my draft, which, like I said, wasn't great at all, but I will take it and we'll have to live with it. Probably going to be bad next year, but hopefully next year some money opens up for us and we can kind of explore avenues to get better from there. Your roster going into this season will be Jameis Winston, Kamara, Chris Olave, Deontay Hardy. You got A.T. Perry, Adam Troutman, Ryan Ramczyk, Cesar Ruiz, Eric McCoy, Andres Pete, and Trevor Penning. On the defensive side of the ball, Justin Flo, Nelson, Pete Werner, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May, Bradley Roby, or I guess that's a corner, not really a safety, but Zach Pickens and Tyler Davis are the two rookies in the middle. We'll see what they can turn into. Got Davenport and also Jordan still on the outside. And then, of course, Marshawn Lattimore. I don't really expect to make the playoffs, but you never really know. All depends on how good Jameis Winston is for this year. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we find a way to sneak in, but I highly doubt it. We'll probably be retooling a little bit more in the offseason. So at the end of the season, we end up finishing 8-9 on the year, which isn't terrible. The division was actually pretty good, so there was a chance we might have been able to sneak into the playoffs this year, but that was not the case. If we take a look at the player stats, offense was 12th in the NFL, which actually isn't terrible, and on the defensive side of the ball was 26th in the NFL. So Winston, 29-18. Like I said, he's just not the quarterback going forward. I guess we drafted Spencer Rattler here, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I guess I could have played him right away. I didn't even realize we drafted him. 14 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, and then Travis Dye got some run as well. Chris Olave, 1,300 yards, 18 period, only 681 yards. Troutman, 900. Traquan Smith with 3 touchdowns as well. Sacks-wise, you had a couple from our rookies. Cameron Jordan, Tyler Davis got some sacks. 5 from Tarkle Charlton, 4, 3.5, and then 1.5 from Justin Flo. And interceptions, you had 3 from Pete Werner, 3 from Bradley Roby, 2 from Marcus May. Clearly, still some retooling to do. We kind of figured that would be the case. So we got the re-signing stage to get to, and we got a huge offseason ahead of us to try to get this team back on track, because I'm hoping a lot of cap space opens up for us, and maybe we can get our quarterback in free agency. We'll see. So first step, as usual, be the re-signing stage. But before I get there, I want to go ahead and look at team salaries and see where we're sitting at as far as maybe some money we can cut away. So Andres Pete's making $12 million. Kamara, $12 million. Matthew, Eric McCoy. Okay, so I am going to cut Andres Pete. I think that's the only thing I'm going to be doing here. So Andres Pete, thank you for your services, but I'm going to be cutting that $11.8 million, and I think I'm going to keep everybody else sticking around. So now into the re-signing stage we go. I know one player for sure that's here is going to be Cameron Jordan. I don't know what I want to do with him. Well, let's see. So $97 million. You got Pinion, you got Anthony Nelson, Will Lutz, Cesar Ruiz, Adam Troutman, Deontay Hardy, Traquan Smith, Winston. Actually, Cameron Jordan may have retired on us, actually, which I guess makes my decision a little bit easier on what to do with him. But I do want Cesar Ruiz back for sure. So I'm going to try to get him back to stick around, because I already lost one offensive lineman, but he is going to test free agency, so that kind of sucks. Adam Troutman, star development, tight end, 27 years old. I mean, we can give him an offer. Why not? There may not be a better tight end available, so I'll offer it to him, and he is here. So we keep a 27-year-old tight end. I'll take it. Deontay Hardy, 26 years old, star development. I mean, there might be better wide receivers to go for, so I don't think I'm going to settle on him. So we have $90 million in cap space rolling into free agency. No quarterback to speak of. I want to see where our pick falls. Do we even have our first round pick in this draft? I can't remember. Pretty sure we do. I think we don't have our second, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where we're at as far as draft picks are concerned. Because if we had a higher pick, I'd probably be just settled on taking Caleb Williams. But we have round 1 pick 14, and we don't have a second in this draft, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. One last thing before we enter free agency and start to spend some money. Let's see what we're looking at as far as what our lineup is currently looking like as of right now. So looking like this, we have Spencer Rattler as our quarterback. Olave and AT period are pretty good. Even if we had Shaheed be our slot wide receiver, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. We have no guards, which definitely needs to be addressed. So that's one thing on the offense. Taysom Hill is still here. And on the defensive side of the ball, Justin Flo got superstar dev, which is really nice. Both our D tackles, they're fine and all, but I don't know if I want to rely on them. So we'll see what's available. Let's go spend some money, and let's try to retool the roster a little bit. We have 5 major offers here in free agency. We're trying to spin big. This team has trying to bend and win now mode, and that's what we're continuing to do here. So this is the offers we have. We have Elton Jenkins on an offer. We have Mike. I don't know how to say his last name, but he is a right guard. So if we can address the guards here, that's going to build a really good offensive line. We have Jalen Hurts as an offer here. We are trying to get Jalen Hurts to be our brand new quarterback. We have Ed Oliver. We have Christian Wilkins. I'm feeling pretty good. If we can get all 5 of these guys, I think this roster is going to be very, very good, very, very fast. But it all depends on if we get lucky. So all 5 are gone. Do we get all 5 here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who did we miss out on? We didn't get Christian Wilkins, which actually isn't the worst thing in the world. That's fine. We get Jenkins. We get Mike. We get our brand new quarterback in Jalen Hurts. And I have Kamara and Jalen Hurts together. And now we have Ed Oliver as well. Don't know why the Eagles wouldn't re-sign Jalen Hurts, but he was sitting there in free agency with no offers. Had to go for him. Ed Oliver brings a brand new dynamic to that D tackle spot. And now we're just kind of missing an edge rusher. So Rashawn Gary would have been nice to bring as well, but that would have been really tough. Marquise Brown would be an interesting wide receiver, but honestly, I might just roll with Raheem Shaheed as my slot wide receiver. And then you have like Brandon Ayuk, Miles Jack. But let's go take a look at our roster now. Now that we've retooled in the best way possible, we're up to an 85 overall, 84 overall. We were literally just like a 79 just a second ago. Offensive line is absolutely stacked. You love it. Kamara, Jalen Hurts is your brand new duo here. AT Perry and Chris Olave. And then, like I said, Shaheed right now is your slot wide receiver, which I think we can work with that. Troutman, not the best tight end in the world, but I'll live with it. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you have Ed Oliver to kind of help out this D tackle problem. But Zach Pickens, I think I'm rolling with. Tyler Davis. And then we definitely could use an edge, like I said, and maybe another linebacker. So another linebacker and an edge. Corner also kind of is hurting as well, but I'm going to have to try to hit on all that in the draft. Actually, still have like $90 million available, so maybe we could go ahead and spend a little bit more here. Yeah, Hawkinson, like I said, these guys aren't really a problem. So cornerback was kind of a problem. Marcus Peters has no offers, and he would be fine. He's an 83 overall. I can give him an offer to be our corner, so I'm going to go ahead and offer it to him. He has no offer, so we might be able to get him. And we get to look at linebackers as well. So Roquan Smith is still here, but I just don't really have the money for that. And then Shaq Thompson, Josh, and then like Akeem Davis-Gaither, who is a scheme fit. I mean, he has no offers, and our linebacker spot is pretty bad right now, so I'm cool with that as well. And then the other problem was it the other edge spot? So we had Clowney, Bryce Huff, A'Shawn Robinson, Danico Autry. So we can probably just get like a low-key, pretty good starter here. Fox, Jerron Reed. But I might just hit on that in the draft. So if we can just get those other two guys, I'd feel pretty good about that. Let's head into the draft now. So this is the state of the team currently right now before we head into the draft. Marcus May, Tyrann Mathieu. We got Davis-Gaither to be a starter. We got Pete Werner, Justin Flo. Obviously, the left end problem or right end problem, whatever it may be, we just need another edge, and that should probably be our first round pick. And the offensive line is just looking incredible. Maybe another wide receiver wouldn't hurt either. I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good wide receiver class, so maybe we can jump in and get a wide receiver somewhere. But if I can get like a Dallas Turner at pick 14, I don't think he'll fall that far, but just somebody that would be pretty damn good for us on the edge is going to be pretty important here. So we got Xavier Worthy, Trayvon Henderson. So we could take a wide receiver in round 1 and maybe go edge the other rounds, which could be a pretty good idea. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Xavier Worthy here at this first round pick. So we're going, he's got F catch in traffic, but I just need him to be a third wide receiver that's going to be okay for us. So I'm going to take him here. Going to take a chance. He is a playmaking wide receiver. He's just going to probably be the slot. I could have rolled with Shaheed, but he's just so down in overall. I didn't want to take a chance on it. The round 3 pick 14. Hopefully I can just maybe I can just trade this pick for an edge. If not, maybe we can just draft it here. So we got Aaron Odin. If there's not a good edge here, I might, like I said, trade for one. So we got Greg Kaplan, Curtis Colbert, Tyree Lucas, Paul Crockett. So I'm not really seeing one. So yeah, I might go ahead and trade this third round pick for an edge somewhere. Trying to get Christian Barmore from the New England Patriots. I'm going to offer this third round pick. They're not there yet, but I'm cool with offering my third next year and just going for it at this point. Like I said, man, we've been in win now mode and we're not stopping now. Christian Barmore is going to join us opposite of Davenport along with Ed Oliver as well. And that will be the wrap up of this offseason as well. So obviously after everything that we've done in this video, the ultimate goal now is to go to the playoffs and possibly get to the Super Bowl. Just a recap of what your offense is looking like. Jalen Hurts, Kamara, Xavier Worthy, Olave, A.T. Perry, Troutman, Ramczyk, Mike, Eric McCoy, Elton Jenkins, and Trevor Penning. On the defensive side of the ball, got Davenport, Christian Barmore, Zach Pickens, Ed Oliver, Lattimore, Marcus Peters, Marcus May. It's actually beautiful. I'm really, really believing in what this roster could do this season. I think it's a great roster. Hopefully, Madden rewards us with a good simulation. We find ourselves in the playoffs, and our first game is against the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Jalen Hurts, week 1, returns to Philly. This should be a good way. Hold on. I want to see if we win this week 1. Let's see if Jalen Hurts gets his revenge week 1. Let's see. We start off the season 0-1. Unfortunate. But we're going to still win the rest of the year. Let's see how we do. At the end of the season, we end up finishing 11-6 on the year, which is phenomenal. Exactly where I wanted to be after everything that we've done. But now we get the Giants in the wild card round. So this should be an interesting one. Taking a look at the player stats, offense was 21st in the NFL, which offense was better ranked last year, so that kind of is disappointing. Defensively, though, top 10, which is where we want to be. 31-10 from Jalen Hurts. Kamara, 16 touchdowns, 1,400 yards still. Receiving, Chris Olave, A.T. Perry, Xavier Worthy. Troutman all got involved. Troutman's been a really good tight end for us in the simulation. Sacks-wise, you had 10.5 from Ed Oliver, 7 from Barrymore, 5, and then 4.5. Interceptions, you had 5 from Paulson Adebo, 5 from Peters, 4 from Matthew, 3 from Flo, 3 from Lattimore, 2 from Warner, 2 from May, and 2 from Roby. All right, boys. Time to jump in. This is the road to our Super Bowl. Let's start off with beating the New York Giants. So here we are in the Caesars Superdome. We won our division, so we are granted at least one home game here, but the Giants did sign Justin Herbert in free agency, which is kind of scary. I mean, I really hope that never happens in real life. Me being a Commanders fan, I would hate to play Justin Herbert twice a year, but let's get it. Jalen Hurts versus Justin Herbert. Who's going to come out on top? Looks like they start off with a football. We start off with an interception. 7-0. Another interception. So far, Justin Herbert is bothered by this defense that we have built, which is amazing because the defense was really needing some help, but we thankfully have retooled it, and they are getting stops after stop in this first wildcard game. The Giants so far have no answers for our defense, but they finally do get a score on the board. Offense is going to get another one to respond. Jalen Hurts and Kamara just doing their work. Olave, Jalen Hurts, Kamara, that's just amazing. 7:35, and that will be your ball game. We beat the Giants pretty badly to take care of our first playoff game. We're moving on to next round. And now we're in the divisional weekend, and we still are going to be playing at our home field. We get to play the Los Angeles Rams. The Saints and the Rams have a ton of history when it comes to the playoffs, as we know. There were so many times where the Saints got screwed on some calls. I'm pretty sure, can't remember exactly what the play was, but when Sean Payton, or someone got hit like really hard, and it should have easily have been called like unnecessary roughness, and they didn't call it. And Sean Payton was so pissed that offseason. But regardless, it's time to rewrite some history. They do not get a touchdown on their first drive, and neither do we. So we need to respond with some scoring here. So far, both defenses are shining, which makes sense because the Rams have a good defense, but they finally do score, and we are finally going to do so as well. So it's now it's finally some scoring on the board. We start off with the ball third quarter, nothing, and then finally we score again. 7-14, we could take a nice lead here, but they are going to get a field goal. We need to make sure we score again. We do 10-21, and then it is 16-21. I'm going to make sure the Rams don't get the ball back because I don't want to, somehow get in a position where obviously they get the ball, then take the lead, and I have no time to respond. So we're going to run the ball with Kamara until we get a first down, and that should be your ball game. So no blocks to start things off, which is phenomenal. I have a good offensive line, and they didn't even block. But I got 3 yards out of it, so it's better to have 3 yards than nothing. And we're in the midfield. So I'm going to cut this to the outside. I think I'm going to have an avenue to get a first down. I got to get around. I believe that's probably Bobby Wagner, and Aaron Donald just got off his block easily. All right, so far, not good. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm going to slip screen them. I'm going to take them. I'm going to, kind of take them off guard. So I'm going to make them use their last time out, but I feel like I can trust Kamara to get a first down. If, oh my goodness, I cut it to the outside, and I get the first down, and I'm tackled inbounds. That is your ball game. We needed that very badly, and thankfully, Kamara comes through. Slip screen for the win. We're moving on to the NFC Championship. And now Jalen Hurts gets to face a familiar foe, the Dallas Cowboys. We have to go to AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys are always like the final boss when it comes to Madden. Imagine you're playing Mario, and you have to face Bowser at the end. That's how it is for the Cowboys every time. They're always here. It's not a shocker, so we got to come out here and play some good football. So let's see if we can come out here and beat the Cowboys. We start with the ball, so obviously scoring immediately would go a long way, and we are going to get a field goal. I'll take it, and our defense gets a stop, and we could go 6-0. Another interception, and we're up 9-0. Don't like how we haven't scored on all 3 drives, but so far it's a shutout by our defense. The Cowboys are one of those teams you cannot count out. They're going to easily get back in this when it comes to the Madden simulation. Madden loves them. It's just how it is, and there they are. They're coming back. So 23, and here they are, 23-27. Like I said, yeah, it's just one of those teams you just can never count out. So now I have to dig deep and try to make it happen. We had the lead, but we let up, and now we are in a position where we might be losing here. So I'm going to go play action fork. I'm going to see if I can actually, I'm going to throw A.T. Perry on a go route. I actually kind of like where he might get open here. I think the defense is going to maybe allow it. Just kidding. We're going to have Chris Olave instead, and I'm going to take that. So we'll take that as our first pass of this drive. I mean, all we really need to simply rely on is our offense getting a stop. It's not a Dallas challenge. I mean, he was in bounds, right? There's no way that's overturned. I was about to say, pretty sure that was in bounds. I don't know why they're even challenging that, but hey, that's a wasted timeout for them. I'll take it. All right, now we need to score quickly because, like I said, our defense has to get a stop, which is going to be easier said than done. But Olave once again wide open, and that's exactly how we're not going to be able to score quickly here. But that is how you get down to the red zone very quickly, and we're out of bounds again. Love it. And now we just need to punch it in as quick as possible without, obviously turning it over. But A.T. Perry is going to have a really nice route here, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw him on a zig. I got to really hope That is man coverage. If this is not going to be... okay. I actually messed that up really badly. I messed that up. I held Y before I even snapped the ball, and it just didn't even register. So, don't know if I would have scored there, to be honest with you. So, maybe I'm better off not throwing that, but all right. So, I can also scramble this with Jalen Hurts if I need to. I might have to. Micah Parsons looked like he might have gotten held, but you know what? It's simple as that. Let's scramble it in. Now I need to pray for my defense to get a stop. Will they get the stop? Let's see. They do not. 31-41. Okay. We're not totally out of it just yet. We have to score quickly. Once again, we were able to do it earlier, and we have all 3 timeouts. So it's just a matter of stopping the Cowboys. I actually might have X. I might have them. AT Perry might have them here. And unfortunate 2-minute warning. Kind of had him there, but the defender played it, made a good play. So unfortunate. I thought I had him, to be honest with you, but didn't. It is what it is. I can look for Olave. Kamara's going to be on a go route. We'll see what opens up here. Might have to just take Troutman underneath. Troutman's not really underneath, but I'll take it anyway. It's going to be a nice gain. We have to score quickly here because we don't want any time left in the clock. We got to keep all 3 of our timeouts as well. All right. I got to go quick. Got to go quick here. I'm going to give AT Perry a chance here. I got to give him a chance, and he is not going to come down with it. That's going to be a stoppage of the clock, though. We'll take it. And like I said, got to go quick. So I'm just trying as best as I can to score quickly here. And then we're going to have all 3 timeouts to potentially stop the Cowboys. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to go to Olave here. Olave for the win. Or not for the win, but you get what I'm saying. For the score. And he does not. Defender just keeps making a good play on it. Unfortunate. Okay. Got to try it again, but this time we need a first down. So probably got to look for Troutman. Unless if I can just scramble this for the first down. Got to be careful of Micah Parsons, though. I am going to just scramble this for the first down. Let me get the first down. That way I have a reset of downs. And now I can try to go back to scoring quickly here. So, Taysom Hill, I don't really want to throw him up. I'll try, but I'll see if Taysom Hill can get open here. Don't want to have to try to throw. Actually, he might be there. It's just underthrown and Trayvon Diggs. I just didn't have enough oomph on it. Can I get the ball back? No, it's going to be game, boys. That is going to be how your ball game ends, and that's how the video will end. Trayvon Diggs. Signature interception by the Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence didn't allow me. Taysom Hill was actually open, kind of. I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown that ball. I'm cool with it. And our defense doesn't get a stop anyway. So, that will be the way this video ends. The Cowboys being the final boss, as always. But I'm still happy with the team we put together here in New Orleans. Can't win a Super Bowl every video. I will take it. Hope you boys enjoyed. Shout out to the Cowboys, I guess, for being overpowered in Madden. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.